Hi, I'm Erin Sprague. I'm here interviewing my dad.
I'm Duane Debaun. I've lived in Johnson County all my life. Born in Franklin, Johnson County Hospital,
What year?
1956.
So, where'd you grow up in Johnson County?
New Whiteland.
What was the neighborhood look like back then?
Back then everybody knew everybody. We had a guy, Mr. Patterson, that lived on the corner right there. And every day, I don't know, 5 o'clock or so, he walked his dog. His name was Lady. And all the kids in the neighborhood would follow him around the block as he walked the dog. That was a big thing.
Following Lady.
Yeah.
So you followed him?
Yeah. All the kids, we just walked behind him. And that's just one of the best places to go for Halloween, because he actually brought you in his living room and he had full candy bars set out and you picked out which one you want. Yeah, everybody wants to go to Mr. Patterson's house on Halloween.
What elementary was your neighborhood?
I went to Break-A-Day, the old Break-A-Day. And I can remember every fall when World Series come on, they would turn it on over the intercom. Listen to the World Series.
That's fun.
Yeah. I think that was more for the teachers than was kids, because I don't think we cared a lot about baseball back then. But it's just, I don't know how they do it in schools. Every morning, one kid went down to the office and said the Pledge of Allegiance over the intercom system.
Before I retired, they did it once a week.
Once a week. We did it every day.
Yeah.
In fact, I was, back then they had patrol boys. So when you made, I think it was 5th grade, wasn't it? 5th grade, that you could be a patrol boy.
6 back then,
Oh,
probably.
6? Okay. So that had been my last year there. But, so I rode my bike to school to the corner that I patrolled, and you had a white, leather, not leather, but it had your badge on it,
Oh.
and went like this, and you had to put that on. And you stood on the corner, and because
stop
back
traffic?
then a lot of people walked to school, so rode their bikes.
So you were a 5th grader stopping traffic.
Yeah.
Oh, what a responsibility.
Yeah.
I can't imagine 5th graders doing that now.
They don't have patrol boys anymore. Nobody walks to school, do they?
Yeah, it's not as common, I guess.
Or ride their bikes.
Yeah.
Because I used to ride my bike until I got my license. I drove my bike over to the high school at Whiteland, across 31 every day.
Yeah.
So that was about a mile ride. Not that I had to, but my mom was a single parent, so she had to go to work, and she had to work till like 5. So in the evenings, after wrestling practice, take a shower and your hair's all wet. By the time you get home in the winter, your hair's frozen from riding your bike. But yeah, we just went across 31. The traffic wasn't like it is now, so
Yeah.
it was nice. Because we'd have wrestling practice at the old gym behind the school, and you didn't even have hot water. So when you took showers, you froze to death.
And then you had to ride your bike.
Yeah, I had to ride my bike. Yeah.
This is really...
It wasn't even attached to the school. I remember as a
Yeah.
little kid, if you went to any type of convocation or anything, you had to walk outside to get to the gym.
Oh. What other, so speaking of wrestling, what other high school things did you do?
Football. Played football and wrestled. Yeah, back 70, 73, 74. We had a pretty good team there at Whiteland then.
Yeah, you have a signed football, don't you?
Huh?
Didn't you guys win something? And there's like a football where you all signed it? At the high
Well,
school?
but they didn't have the tournament back then.
Oh.
But yeah, our junior year we were 8-2, senior year 6-4. But yeah, it was a good time. A lot of people came to the games, you know. Wrestling not too much because people aren't into wrestling that much. But we were pretty good in wrestling too. But yep.
What, weren't you the mascot?
Oh yeah, in high school, yeah.
Yeah, tell him, yeah.
I was the Indian, dressed up as an Indian with the full
warrior.
headdress.
The warrior.
The warrior, yeah. Yeah. I can remember we played Franklin at Franklin, and they had a Cub mascot stand out while the teams are warming up. So I started doing a little dance around him while we was out in the center of the court.
So what did a Friday or Saturday night look like? Like, it sounds like people went to basketball games, and then where would the, like, high schoolers, was there a hangout?
Right. Nah. I mean, after the game on Friday nights and football, a lot of people, there used to be a pizza place up there across from O'Brien in that shopping center right there. Anyhow, that was a lot of us went up there. And we always went,
2 years.
me and a
Very
few
pretty, that
guys,
place.
we always went to Bonanza before the game and ate after school. Before the football game, we'd go to Bonanza, which is gone now. But
Let's go back to high school. Or elementary, or, like, what was your first job?
oh, I had a lot of jobs.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know all of your jobs.
Back then,
I didn't know you were a patrol boy, or that those existed.
yeah. Back then, you mowed yards a lot.
No.
You know, pull it behind your bicycle. Used the hand trimmers, and $2 a yard.
$2 a yard.
Yeah. And
Did you
then-
ever have a paper route?
No, I just help one of my buddies sometimes, but no, I never had a paper route. And the first job I ever had, or not job, but it was selling Christmas cards. That's how I got my first fishing pole. Going
So
around to your neighbors and they look at this book of what kind of Christmas cards they want, and then it's going to have their name on it, you know, where they sign it down there. So, yeah, I sold a lot of them, did that.
Oh. Who was that through? The company?
I don't know. It was so long ago. He's probably not even in business.
Well, yeah.
Because I went to house to sell them. So, but neighbors, you know, back then, neighbors, you know, they were real nice. And then I was in Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. Same thing, selling. I don't know if we sold anything back then like they do the popcorn now and that. But back then, our troop, 257, we met at Presbyterian Church in Whiteland. And in '69, we went to Canada. So we had the Scoutmaster, his car, then we had another 2 or 3 older, you know, guys that were kind of like chaperones, and they would drive. And we'd drive up to Wisconsin. There was an Army base there. We stayed there at night, and then we ended up in Ely, Minnesota. And then they took us out on launches with racks on it with the canoes on top. They took you out in this big lake I think it's Lake of the Woods, whatever, at Ely, Minnesota.
Yeah.
And then they didn't pull into the shore. They dropped you out in the middle of the lake. You took the canoes off the rack and set them down, and you got in your canoes and you started paddling, and they left. And then we portaged. We would hit land, then carry canoes to the next lake and keep going. It took us a day to get where we stayed on this island, and yeah, it was a lifetime thing. We drank water right out of the lake. It didn't even, put any stuff in it. You just drank it right out of the lake.
So was Franklin like big? So living in Whiteland, was it like you'd go to Greenwood or go to Franklin or?
Yeah, if you live in Whiteland, yeah, there wasn't much to do. I mean, Just Right was a big place that everybody went to, kids in high school, because everybody walked. So it's right there by the high school, so you could walk to it and get your sandwich and Cokes or whatever.
What about, how did you always talk about going to the Franklin pool and jumping off the high dive, but how did you get there? You didn't walk there.
Oh, that's where my mom took me for swimming lessons.
Oh, okay.
Because Franklin back then is the one that had all the stores and swimming pool and all that. Yeah, Whiteland never had. No, the best place swimming back then was Longacre Park.
Where was that?
Well, that's up there and where Shelby Street and Madison split.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mobile home park.
Okay.
Oh.
They had a 20-foot dive.
Oh.
Oh.
And they had a huge slide, but it was a metal slide. It's not like the ones today. But yeah, that was the place to go back then. Or what was the other one out in the country? Hilltop Beach. But yeah, that was a lot of people went there. It was out in the country. It was a lake.
A lot of fishing there too.
Yeah, it wasn't a pool.
Was there a drive-in theater?
Oh yeah. Well, let's see. In Johns County back then, there was the one over here,
Greenwood Drive-In.
and the one
Meridian Drive-In.
in Meridian Drive-In. Yeah. Yeah. Can't tell you how much they cost back then, but we just pop our own popcorn in a big shopping bag, take it in there, and eat. But yeah, that was a big thing going to the drive-in, on the weekends. Like I said, you could go over on Meridian Street or the one right over here in Greenwood. Or the inside one, of course, would be the Art Craft.
No.
That was probably the only indoor theater back then.
Really?
Was the
Oh,
Art
didn't you
Craft.
see with Larry Labonte? Is that where you saw The Exorcist?
No, that was at the one at the mall.
Oh.
There used to be.
There was a movie theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a movie theater on the northeast corner of the mall, out
Yes.
towards Madison Avenue, and it sat right there. And yeah, we went to see.
That came out in the 70s, right?
Yeah,
That you were in high school.
yeah,
Because Grandma would talk about you guys came home and you were scared. But
yeah.
you were like seniors in high school.
And there was one in the mall now. Think about it.
Yeah, there was one.
Inside movie.
Well, once I got my driver's license and I started working, so I worked every weekend up at the old station, the old Circle Sunoco. So I was never around. I was always working up there. Usually sports, we're busy doing that or working. So
What was the biggest rival in sports in high school for you?
Greenwood or Franklin, both of them.
Center Grove wasn't though? Because it
Back
was like
then-
a little.
Back then, they were little. We beat them.
Yeah, now they're They dominate.
Yeah.
What about Indian Creek? Were they a
They
big
weren't
rival?
there. I
Oh,
don't
they
even
weren't
know.
there.
Well, if they were, they didn't have a football team.
Oh. So, what year did you graduate Whiteland?
74.
74. And then you left. When did you come back
Well,
after the Navy?
when I come back from the Navy in 79, I lived with my dad for a while
Oh.
because my mom had already moved. So, yeah, that house, we didn't live in that house anymore. So, yeah, I just lived with my dad for a while. And then me and my sister moved in together up there at Shelby Street.
Oh, yeah. And then when did you start working in Greenwood at Debaun service?
Well, we started in 2000 is when we moved from Edgewood, Madison to around Sunoco. We moved down to here in Greenwood at Bob Shirley's old place.
Oh, and Bob Shirley was there in the Greenwood, downtown Greenwood for a while,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, and then you guys took over.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
From 2000 to how long was Debaun service on Main Street?
2000 well, when I retired in 23, I guess.
Yeah. In downtown Greenwood wasn't like it was now, but there was what, Circle City Auto Parts, and then what else?
Oh, there used to be a bakery across the street. There's a lot of restaurant. Yeah, there was those buildings. The tenants changed a lot, but when we first moved in, there was parking on Main Street. You could park on Main Street heading west, but you can't park there now.
No. Yeah, it's changed a lot.
Mm-hmm. Back then, when I come back from the Navy, we used to play football in front of the high school over there on Main Street in Whiteland. Well, there is no front yard.
No, no more.
Yeah.
That school's so big now. It's
How many kids were in the school when you were there? And what was your graduating class? You remember?
graduating class there was about 200.
Okay, still pretty
Okay.
big, but
Yeah, that's
not
still a good size.
anywhere near what it is now.
No. Mm-mm.
Mine was 152, so in 2 years you've gotten bigger.
We had smarter people than you did.
They
yours
didn't
dropped-
make it to
yours
graduation.
dropped out.
Good one.
That's awesome. Well, that's cool.
Well, I remember one thing in high school, and I didn't have a fast car, but all my buddies, we'd go down to the Wishing Well Motel on 31, and I'd get out in the middle of the road and drop my hands, and we'd race to the Dairy Queen.
Oh.
Down 31.
That just shows how
There was no
not much
traffic.
Wow.
Not much traffic at all.
Yeah.
Who had the fastest car? Like any of your friends that I would know?
Doug Wood.
Oh.
He had a 69 Camaro with a 4-speed in it. But a lot of that went on after I went in the Navy, so. But no, back then, yeah, there was hardly any traffic on 31. So you could race from Wishing Well to the Dairy Queen.
Did you ever get in trouble?
Yeah, once buddy of mine, Mark Birchfield, he had like a 68, 69 Chevelle. And we were just riding around in New Whiteland. And then he saw a cop behind us. We weren't doing anything bad then. But he saw that cop, so he started speeding up. Well, he tried to outrun it. We ended up going Tracy Road to the T and ended up in the field. And you know what they did? They took us back to the police station, which was by the fire or the water tower.
The town hall.
Town hall. Yeah, it was a town hall back then, because that's where I went to kindergarten. But they just took us back there and said, call your parents. They didn't take us to jail or nothing for speeding, nothing like that. So, yeah, that was the only time I got in trouble in high school.
We'll leave it at that. You want to talk about Greenwood or the shop or Mike, whatever?
Or your family. I was gonna say, I know you've obviously, lived your. How'd you meet Kim? What's that story?
Oh, look at that.
That's right. Yeah, my sister and my wife were in the same class at Whiteland. So when I come back from the Navy, my sister and I rented a house, and she invited Kim over. And back then there was a popular place over here in Greenwood called the Banyan Tree.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that? And I think that was kind of one of our first dates. It was at the Banyan Tree. Because I think we moved down here to this house in 81. So we've been here since 81.
Yeah.
And
Gosh, yeah.
the only thing bad about it now is the traffic out on Madison Avenue trying to get out.
Yeah. That roundabout.
Oh.
What do you think about Whiteland? How much has it changed from the time you were growing up until now?
Well, New Whiteland, back behind our house where we lived on Circle Court, there was like a huge drainage ditch. I mean, it was probably, I would say maybe 100 foot across at the top, and then it went down, and it probably slanted down probably 40 foot, 30, 40 foot, and then the water went through that, and it went to a creek over there by the town hall in Whiteland. But everybody that lived next to it, or their property backed up to it, and that's where ours did. So, I mean, you could jump the fence, you could run down the drainage ditch to get to where you're going. Shortcut. But it's all filled in now.
Oh, what was that place? You and Mom and Kevin and back then Debbie Hommel would karaoke. You didn't do it a lot, but you and Mom sang the Sunday
Green
Cheers.
Acres.
Green Acres.
Green Acres
And it
was
was just
a
right
staple.
out here.
Oh.
Well, Kim worked at Linder's.
Yeah, the
That
ice
was
cream
on-
place.
It's right there at 31
Yeah.
in
Yes.
Smith Valley Road.
Yeah, like
picture
right
of
out
it.
here.
Yeah.
Because she worked there during high school,
Mm-hmm.
right?
She
that was
worked
her
at-
first job.
mhm.
Yeah, I remember her talking about
But the tavern was at the other end of it, Green Acres. But see, it was open to. We go in there on Friday and we could take the kids. They had the restaurant part where you could take, underage people. We go in there and eat. They had pretty good food there too. And then they had karaoke. And we'd go in there and play that once in a while. Not with the kids, but
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, Green Acres was a staple in Greenwood.
Yeah. I remember it. Well, and then in the early 2000s, you and Mom, that was the joke. You guys would go to the ground round.
Yeah.
So if we couldn't find you, we'd Joy, Laura, and I would just call the restaurant to try to find you guys.
Yeah, ground round.
Yeah.
That was on the north side of the mall.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It had good food. And then we also went over there on 135 to that pizza place.
Pizza King.
Pizza King.
Oh, because they had the jukebox.
Yeah, they had a jukebox. Yeah.
A bunch of Whiteland buddies.
They had,
Yeah.
you remember the song we all sang? It was
We Are Family.
no. Don't mess with my toot.
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
It was on the jukebox. We'd play that, and we'd be up there just singing.
Yeah, I remember you guys would be singing loudly. I don't remember that song, but yeah. Yeah.
You know, they closed down the road, Main Street between Madison Avenue and Old Meridian Street for the 4th of July parade. So the family and all their friends came over and parked at the station, and they'd walk down and watch the parade go by. My dad had a 60, I think it was a 67, 69 Cadillac convertible, because it's when they first started the parade. Somehow, the guy that lived down the street here, he was on that committee or whatever.
Yeah.
So we got his old white Cadillac convertible put in, and then one of the guys that worked at the station drove it, and they got 3 Colts cheerleaders, and they sat on the back seat up on top. And we did the parade, and they did the parade in that.
Yeah.
But then
These Colts cheerleaders before or after Kevin?
no, that was
Right in the midst.
Yeah.
I didn't get him. I think I didn't know any. But I was just me, cause we could put our name on the side of the car, you know, kind of advertise
Yeah.
as you go through the parade.
Yeah, that was a big tradition though in Greenwood.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
shop parade. It still is. Yeah. And then you and Mom would always have your big party out in the front yard.
Yeah, it turned into a tradition for you guys
Yeah.
in a different way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Homemade ice cream.
Yeah, yeah. We always make homemade ice cream. Well, Greenwood's fireworks is like the weekend before 4th of July, so we would have all our friends and we'd make homemade ice cream here. Play games. We could sit in the front yard and watch the fireworks go off.
That is where Tom proposed to me.
What?
At that party. At
Oh,
that fireworks.
really?
I think both of the boys asked your permission at that
Yeah.
party.
Oh
Tom
yeah,
went
you're
too.
right.
Yes. Yeah.
The same party?
I think
The same
so.
morning.
The same day.
It was like the same day. Tom and Tim asked you, but
A
at the
big
same
day.
day.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
yeah. And then Tom proposed to me that night.
And then yeah, but I can remember Kim, cause I'd always tell her, back that car into the garage instead of driving in. Well, she backed out, and Tom's car was parked out here, and she hit it.
Yeah.
That Pontiac he had.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, I had that one
yeah,
day.
you did. Yeah, she backed into that.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you need someone who can fix it. Yeah.
Yeah, you and Mom had a lot of parties too, like the hog roast.
Oh
And
yeah.
tons of your customers would come. Tons
Yeah.
of Greenwood teachers would come.
Yeah.
That was a huge event.
Yeah.
Like the whole neighborhood would come. And sometimes, some years, you guys would have live entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a heck of a. We'd have a hog roast. Bought a hog roaster down here at a neighbor when he had a big sale and they had an auction down there, and I got that. It's on wheels, and it's got an electric motor on it. It was just charcoal is all we did, but it would slowly turn the meat in there, you know. But we'd, yeah, in October we'd have a hog roast. I think we did it for almost 20 years.
Yeah. And you
And-
bought the meat from Archer's.
Archers.
Right? Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. But the Lotus Gardens own this house next to us. Well,
Oh.
the people that lived in it worked over at the Lotus Gardens. And they never came out or nothing. So I told, I forget what his name was, the guy Chin or whatever.
Chin,
But-
yeah.
But anyhow, I told him, I said, I'll keep your yard mowed if you let me use your backyard and make me a big garden. And he said, yeah, go ahead. So I had a garden back there, a big garden, for about, 20 years, as long as I kept it mowed. But what we do then for the party, on the hog roast, I could dig a huge hole out in the middle of the garden, and then we could have a nice fire. We had bales of straw around there, and then the live entertainment. Sometimes they would go out there and play right by the fire, sitting on the bales of straw out there.
They'd sing the national anthem, which is not. What's that song that you love that you said should be the national anthem? Bye Bye Miss America Pie.
Yeah.
So all his buddies would sit around
Yeah.
singing. And when I was real little, there was a hotel in that field. So there wasn't a
Wilsonian.
fence.
Wilsonian.
Yes.
Torn-
So Tim McLaughlin would bring his that little tractor, and we'd hook, and the little kids would get in, and we'd drive it around that field,
Yeah.
around your garden.
Mm-hmm. There was a big hump out there.
Yeah.
And then you had it was the backyard for the motel over there. And yeah, he'd bring his riding lawnmower.
Yeah.
He'd bring it over there and they'd go up that hump and around and that. But
It was enough for little kids to have fun.
yeah.
A
Mhm.
lot of Johnson County people.
And the police did stop by one year too
Yeah.
because of the noise.
Yeah.
But there was Greenwood policeman that was here at the party, so
Yeah.
we got that
Mom,
fixed.
yeah, Mom was embarrassed. Well, in one year you brought like smoke machines or something. There were lights and smoke machines going in the garage.
Oh.
Yeah, it was always a fun party.
Well, the guy that owns Guitar Works over on 135. Anyhow, he came and played one year,
Yeah.
Okay.
and he brought about 5 guitars and left them out there in my garage
Oh.
before and afterwards. I said, when you gonna come get these guitars out here in the garage? I mean, I'm getting kind of nervous. Am I gonna steal them? And he finally came and got them, but he's the one that went out to the fire and played
Yeah.
American Pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a fun year.
At the station at Christmas time.
Yeah.
And that was just for the customers.
Yeah.
And we'd deep fry a turkey and
Fish.
fish. We'd have, a lot of times it'd be fish we caught during the summer.
But yeah, you always had a customer like appreciation Christmas party.
Yeah, there was a lot of people come to that.
Yeah.
And then we'd play some in between, kind of after the women left or whatever. That's a card game, gambling. But yeah, it was an appreciation party. But yeah, a lot of people came to it. It was nice.
In the area, what's one thing that you'd want them to know about Johnson County with the or the area or?
Well, if you want my truth, my
Yeah.
honest truth about it, the roads are too busy. They're building too many houses. It's just, like I said,
grown too much.
to get out here, they don't get the infrastructure built before they build all the houses, and the roads can't handle it. It ain't like it used to be. Just too many people. Huh?
What was the best part about the way it was?
Well, like I said, no traffic.
Yeah, racing down 31.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
You
everyone
could-
knew each
didn't
other.
worry about your kids going like me.
Yeah.
Out till like 10 o'clock. You didn't.
Everybody just looked at everybody as friends, you're not any more important than anybody else. So
Well, yeah, growing up, that's what you always preach. It's not what you know, it's who you know. You always told us to like get plugged in, get to know people,
Yeah.
because that's how you're gonna succeed. Yeah.
well, a lot of my friends was Greenwood policemen.
Mhm.
Two of my best buddies were Greenwood policemen, and I mean, shouldn't be saying that anymore.
I feel like you got plugged in to the Johnson County community.
hmm
Yeah.
All my daughters were born in Johnson County Hospital, and I was born in Johnson County Hospital.
Yeah.
Your
Like
kids
tons
were
of
born in
people.
Johnson
Yeah. All my
County.
kids were born in Johnson County.
Sounds like a good life growing
Yeah.
up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, 'cause really, well, I grew up in Whiteland, but then when I graduated in May. In September, I went in the Navy, and I was gone 5 years. So when I come back, everything was kind of different down there because all my buddies, they're gone, moved, whatever. And then Kim and I's first house we rented was up there on Southport Road. You know where that big, just east of 65, that big mall right in there? Well, there was like 4 houses. There was a road called Southport Terrace, and we rented one of those houses right there. In fact, the front door of the house was probably 5 foot from Southport Road.
Wow.
You remember that? You don't.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
Yeah.
right. Because
Yeah,
we
the
moved
girls.
down
But I remember
here.
you guys talking about it. What made you guys choose Greenwood? I don't think I know that.
I had one of the customers that come in station, the old one up there, Bill Muff. He was a real estate agent, and I said, "You got any houses for sale?" So he started taking me around to them, and
Oh.
this was one of them.
Oh. I didn't know that.
So there's about one. I would say there's probably only 3 or 4. I could be wrong on this, but that I know of that was here before we moved here. So.
Yeah, this neighborhood's changed a lot.
hmm
Because it used to just be, oh man,
Well, now it's
Kids, like-
rentals.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That house next door is a rental. One across the street's a rental. Shoot, back at Whiteland when I was growing up, nobody moved hardly. You didn't have rentals,
Right.
so you knew everybody because you spent your whole lifetime around them. Now people move in and out. You don't get a chance to even. Some of them I've never talked to them. Just it's a whole different relationship nowadays than it used to be. When people stayed in their houses where they lived, and it was a community instead of a what do you want to call it?
All right, cool.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Really appreciate you guys sitting down and doing this. This is it's important. It's one of those things. I think the more we record, the more it becomes important, and people, telling their stories and having something to say, and preserving some of that history, even if it's just like the the storytelling history of things that have happened and things that have gone by and things that aren't there anymore. I think is it's really good to hear.